driver's door, and mirrors. My outside latch works. My inside latch works. The door here, it's not loose or sagging at all. The hinges up here, they're not broken or cracked. They're not loose or missing. There's no gaps. There's no missing nuts or bolts right here. The door seal's in place. It's evenly applied all the way around. None of it's loose or peeling. None of it's torn or cracked at all. The door seal here is securely mounted, and the door itself is securely mounted. It also securely latches and is flush with my truck. Driver's door mirror. I'm going to inspect this mirror first, the hardware here, to make sure it's not bent, broken, or cracked at all. There's no missing nuts or bolts or shining exposed threads. There's no gaps down here below and no gaps up there below. The housing here is not damaged at all. It's not cracked at all. It's not loose at all. Then I'm going to inspect the lenses right here to make sure the lenses are in place. None of them are loose or missing. They're not broken or cracked at all. They're not obstructed at all. My mirrors right here are securely mounted. Fuel tank, cap, and checking for leaks. Starting with the fuel tank itself. The fuel tank is securely mounted with this middle strap right here and the middle strap right here. The tank itself is not dented, bent, broken, or cracked. There's no broken or missing welds at all. Around here, on the fill, up on top, around the sides, down below, at all. My tank itself is not dented, bent, broken, or cracked, or damaged at all. It's securely mounted with these two metal straps right here and right here. These metal straps are not loose at all. They're not bent, broken, or cracked, or rusted through at all. There's no missing nuts or bolts. The rubber bushing is in place. It's not worn through, loose, cracked, or missing at all. I don't have metal rubbing on metal. Up here, those hoses are securely connected. They're not loose at all. There's no abrasions, bumps, or cuts. It's not cracked or leaking up here. I'm going to look for leaks up here. And I want to make sure this electrical line is securely connected. It's not dangling there loose. There's no cut or exposed wires or any sonic corrosion. And as I mentioned, I'm going to look for leaks all around here, make sure there's no abrasions, bumps, or cuts. It's not cracked or leaking over here. Nothing's cracked or leaking over here at all. I'll go down below to make sure nothing's dripping or cracked or leaking down here at all. I want to make sure that cap is tight. I would explain that I would loosen that cap to make sure that rubber gasket was in place or that seal was in place. It wasn't loose, worn through, or missing at all, and the safety chain was in place. My fuel cap here and fuel tank are securely mounted. Catwalk and steps. We don't have a catwalk on our truck, so we just skip it. These steps right here, they're properly elevated off the ground. They're not twisted or sagging at all. They're not loose at all. They're all level. They're not bent, broken, or cracked or damaged at all. They're also not rusted through at all. They all have even traction on them. There's no missing nuts or bolts or shiny exposed threads. And also, there's no foreign debris such as snow or ice in the winter or in the springtime, my lunchbox or anything else to cause a trip hazard. My steps here are securely mounted. Battery box. This is my battery box right here. On the manuals here, it's on the driver's side. And then on the automatics, it'll be on the passenger side. But right here, my battery box is not bent, broken, or cracked or damaged at all. There's no missing nuts or bolts or shiny exposed threads. Also, this cap is in place. It's not damaged at all. It's not loose at all. It's not cracked at all. There's no loose or missing straps here or right over here. I would actually remove this cap and inspect the batteries inside there. I want to make sure the batteries, they're not broken or cracked or leaking at all. There's no missing nuts or bolts or shiny exposed threads. They're secured to the floor. There's no loose or missing electrical lines. They're securely connected. There's no signs of corrosion at all. My batteries here and battery box are securely mounted. Lights and reflectors. I'm going to inspect the light reflector here on the mirror. Also this one right here, the two bulbs right here, and the reflector right here, and the headlight right here. My light reflector right here, also right here, and also right here. It's all clean, clear, not cracked. It's not loose, not missing, or obstructed. It's the proper color, which is amber. They're all securely mounted. The two bulbs right here, they're not broken or cracked at all. They're not loose or missing at all. They're securely mounted, also the proper color, which is amber. My headlight right here is also clean, clear, not cracked, not loose, not missing at all. It's securely mounted.